Welcome to Letting Go University. It's our daily live stream, letting go through every lesson of A Course in Miracles, the workbook. Today we're on lesson 287. You are my goal, my Father. You. Where would you go but heaven? What could be a substitute for happiness? What gift could you prefer before the peace of God? What treasure would you seek and find and keep that can compare with your identity? And would you rather live with fear than love? You are my goal, my Father, only you. So, all these things we're chasing after, imagining in the illusion, in the dream that we are separate from Him. A great many things. And it's nothing to be ashamed of or to stack guilt and sin concepts upon. It's just a choice. What are you choosing? What's your number one goal? Do you have a number one goal that you're holding on a daily basis? This is what I am choosing. This is what I am choosing. Because you may freely choose anything. Did you know that? It's just a choice. Given that you have this divine inheritance that the name of God is given you, that's complete freedom. So I can choose to go after the money. There's nothing wrong with going after the money. I can choose to go after the perfect body. There's nothing wrong with that. I can choose to go after that person. That person. I can choose to go after anything. I can choose anything in the dream. When I asked Hale, Dwoskin, the author of the Sedona Method, about this, I said, is it really true that we can choose to have, do, or be anything? He said, yeah, you can dream anything you want. But what's going to happen when you wake up? What happens to that stuff you're dreaming about when you wake up? So why not make an eternal goal? Or why make an eternal goal? What if we made God our only goal? That's it. That's what I'm going for. When I'm working with people on goal setting, I suggest setting a goal where everything else that you'd like falls in line with that. So if God is your goal, your Father is your goal, only that, is all the other stuff that you think would make you happy incorporated into that goal? So what if today we just practiced one goal? One goal. Our Father, our only goal. Only God. God is our only goal. So for the releasing aspect of this, for the letting go aspect of this, well, that's going to mean the illusory, imaginary sacrifice of everything else. Now, letting go of wanting other things doesn't mean they're not going to happen. Going all the way and being in God doesn't mean you won't have a nice, happy dream here. In fact, it might be your happy dream here might be encompassed in God. Does God want you to have a bad dream? See, here's where, would I rather hold on to this fear instead of love? Would I rather have goals that are around, oh no, I might not be okay, therefore I need all this money, or I need this person, or I need this body? Or would I rather have the loving presence, awareness, and oneness with my Father? Would you like oneness with your Father? Could that include a healthy body, a happy relationship in the physical where people are pretending to be separate? Could that mean plenty of finances to take care of what you ever need, whatever you need, or even just the perfect amount of money for whatever you choose at any time? What if God's the one goal? What if God's the one goal? So let's bring up, let's just go through this lesson and do some releasing. Just see what comes up for you. Releasing is just sitting with a feeling any feeling that comes up and turning it over, surrendering it to God. Turning over any situation, turning over everything to that which you really are. Just letting go of anything other than heaven to be what you really are. This is lesson 287. You are my goal, my Father, only you. You are my goal, my Father, only you. Where would I go but heaven? You got travel goals? I'm going to go to Spain, maybe Japan. Maybe, people are really into Bali right now. Bali's where I'm going to go. Did you ever think of putting down, making a note, goal, heaven? Where would you go but heaven? Is Bali not in heaven? Is Japan not in heaven? Is Spain not in heaven? What about heaven? And can you notice any wanting to go anywhere but heaven? Could you just notice what comes up? What would come before heaven as a destination for you? And could you allow that up? And could you simply notice any feeling that comes up for you that has you going somewhere else besides heaven, that would direct you somewhere else besides heaven? Could you allow that up? And there's nothing wrong with wanting to go to any of those places. Could you just notice that feeling? Could you let that feeling run? And could you let go of that feeling and just have heaven be your destination? God, your one goal. Doesn't mean you won't go to Bali. Would you let go of this feeling, this drive to go anywhere but heaven? Anywhere but that glorious beach with your Father? When could you let go? Choose heaven as your destination. Make God your one goal. You are my goal, my Father, only you. What could be a substitute for happiness? Is it the money, the relationship, the body? What seems better than God to go for? What could you substitute for God, your Father, as your only goal? This is not meant to make wrong of any of your goals or any of the things that you've been wanting. Just noticing anything you've been substituting for God as your only goal. And could you notice the feeling behind that other goal, behind that substitution? Is it going to bring you security? Going to bring you approval? Going to bring you control? Just notice the feeling, that feeling. Could you let that feeling run? No need to condemn it, judge it, moralize about it. Just notice that feeling there and going behind any of the thoughts, just unpacking this feeling that would substitute something besides God as your goal? And could you release that feeling, that substitute for God? Would you release that feeling, that substitute for happiness? It's just a choice. When could you release any goal other than your Father, God? It doesn't mean you're not going to have the transitory happy dream. It's letting go of wanting it as a substitute for Him. You are my goal, my Father, only you. What gift could I prefer before the peace of God? What gift could you prefer before the peace of God? Anything? All right. Before the peace of God, I want this house. Before the peace of God, I want this car. Before the peace of God, I want that super sexy man or woman in my bed. What gift could I prefer before the peace of God? And can you just notice if there's anything you've been asking for before Him? It's okay. We all do it. This is just note to bring up any feelings, to let them go. So could you notice any feeling that would have you prefer some other gift besides the peace of God? Is there wantingness? Is there fear you might not be okay? Just opening up and allowing anything that comes up and letting the thoughts drift by, just opening up that feeling, lighting it up. Thoughts pop up automatically. Could you just ignore them and feel that feeling? Let that feeling run. Stay with it. And could you surrender that feeling, preferring any gift besides God and His peace? Could you surrender that? Would you surrender that feeling, give it up, and any preferences before the peace of God? When could you surrender? Give up any preferences of any gift other than His peace. In His peace, it doesn't mean you're not going to get other gifts as well. It may include all of them. So could you surrender, making any goal before your Father, before God? Just have Him be your only goal. You are my only goal, my Father, only you. Only you. Well, but there's this treasure. What treasure would I seek and find and keep that can compare with my capital I identity? His Son. What could compare with that? What treasure would I seek and find? And just look at some of the treasure you've been seeking and finding, looking for in the world, in the dream. Is it literally gold? Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin. I just had some Bitcoin. That's what I'm seeking and finding and hoping to keep rather than my divine inheritance. Mm. That approval, that power position in the world, that's what I'm seeking. That job title. That's what I'd like as my identity before God. What is it for you? What treasure have you been seeking, hoping to find that could compare with your identity? That you would put before your identity as his son. Just letting it come up, just noticing what comes up, unpacking the unconscious, nothing to attack or defend against, just letting it come up. And could you allow any feeling that would have you seeking and finding something other than your identity, other than your father? Some earthly, transitory treasure before him. It's okay. Could you feel that feeling? Open it up, let it up. And could you set yourself free of seeking earthly treasure? Just let it go, that you may be your true identity. Would you surrender? Set yourself free from the seeking of things other than your identity. To set free that feeling, set yourself free. When could you set yourself free from seeking treasure other than your identity? You are my goal, my Father, my only goal, only you. You are my goal, my Father. And has there been any living with anything other than love? So your Father is love, your source is love. And so anything you'd rather live with, like this fear stuff, anger, guilt, and sin. Is there any hanging on to that, living with that rather than love? Whatever comes up. Fear is a stranger to your true identity, to God, to love. And has there been any living with that, living with a stranger, this fear stuff, this anger stuff, this guilt stuff? It's okay. Rather than fearing it, fearing the fear, or whatever this feeling is, could you open it up, allow it up? The living with something other than love, other than God. Could you feel that feeling? Let that up. Let it be there. Oh, I've been living with this rather than love. Okay, let's unpack my bags. Let's unpack my house here. Just letting that feeling up, opening up. And could you let go of living with this feeling rather than love? Would you let go of living with fear, anger, guilt rather than love? Whatever that feeling is, just would you let it go? Keep it simple. Yes, no. When could you let go of this feeling other than love, living with it rather than love? It's just a choice. and live with God rather than fear. Live with love rather than fear. What would you rather live with? Love or negative emotion, negative attractor patterns, illusions of separation? Could you let go of any preferences, any goals before God, any feeling before love? It's just your choice. You are my goal, my Father, only you. Do you want freedom above all else? I heard Lester Levinson say, "Why are you guys getting this job done?" Oh, you want the world. You want the world. So could you take any goal other than God, other than your Father, other than your true identity, other than the peace of God, other than heaven, other than love, anything that's coming up, and just at least for today, at least for right now, notice that feeling that would have you chasing after something in the world other than your divine inheritance, your divine being, your oneness with your source, your atonement. And could you just allow that up and let that go? Have God, your Father, be your one goal. Have your identity as his son be your one goal, or your identity with him as him. Your divine inheritance, your one goal, releasing the ego and all its attempts to divide you up and separate you from the presence, the isness, the allness that is your beingness. Well done releasing. Thank you so much for joining us. If you'd like to join us for more, just hop in the link in the description. The Fabulous Life. Thanks for joining us and tuning in, and everybody else who's watching right now. Could you keep on letting go and have the best day ever doing so? One goal: freedom, imperturbability, love, God, peace, your true identity today. Enjoy.